The thing about anger is, you can always hear it before you see it.
I'll tell you one thing. Payback is coming, and it's coming real soon.
So it's been a while now. I know you guys haven't seen it, but I want to do my SmackDown review because I always do these things kind of late. But I thought SmackDown actually this past week was not that bad. I mean, of course we've had better, but I still don't think that this past week on SmackDown it was that bad. We got Mandy and Sonya, which Sonya Deville has really grown on me as a heel. And I'm like, really liking her. And I'm like, her doing that Victoria crazy stuff is making her more attractive to me. I'm just,
okay. I've been saying that, yo. Sonya Deville is gorgeous.
Yeah, she is, man. I'm just like, hey, because she could look like a lot of other things. So, SmackDown this week, we start all SmackDown with Mandy Rose taking on Sonya Deville. This grudge match. This is not going to be the end of the grudge match. I thought we would get this match at Money in the Bank. We didn't.
Yeah, we did all that build up to have it at
SmackDown. The go home show to Money in the Bank. So I'm just like, okay, but fine, whatever. The matchup, like I said, is kind of bland at first, and Mandy Rose starts taking on Sonya. It's one of them. It's one of those heel matches where the heel been gaining the advantage the whole storyline, and then when they come, they getting their ass whooped type thing. That's what it was. But then Sonya gets the leg grip on Mandy Rose, is talking shit to her. She says, "I'm really having fun doing this," and I thought that was all entertaining. Like I said, the match goes a little bit back and forth, but then Sonya wins with a roll up. She doesn't even win with the finishing move or anything, and Mandy's in shock. So we already see that this is going to continue. They already show Otis in the back and Dolph Ziggler in the back, cheering on each other's fellow partner. I should say at least, but Dolph is still trying to get with Mandy. 8-man tag team matchup. We got the New Day and the Lucha House Party taking on The Miz and Morrison and the Forgotten Sons. And this match, I want to say, was about 10 minutes too long.
I feel like it was only 10 minutes, but alright.
What'd you say?
I feel like it was only 10 minutes, but alright.
Man, no, but it felt longer than that. And I was like, I looked up and I was like, this match is still going on? And I'm like, look, this is basically going to be the same match and Money in the Bank. Big E tosses Kofi over the ropes. Kofi almost wipes out in face first on the ropes. Thank God there was Jackson Riker over there to catch him because the Miz don't catch nobody. And then the Lucha House Party go back to take out everybody. So that's how the commercial thing goes. And then we come back, and then we still get a brawl between all the teams. And like I said, for a fatal 4-way matchup, this match sure to me felt just slow. On the outside, the New Day get taken out, and Kofi gets powerbomb on top of Big E, and then we go into the ring. Miz hits a blind tag on John Morris, had to get the poison rounded by Lindsay Dorado, hits the Skull Crusher finale, and the Miz and Morrison pick up the win here. So just like I said, they were the ones that look strong on SmackDown. I don't see them winning, but I definitely see the Forgotten Sons being forgotten no more.
Okay.
It's yeah, this is the way it looks to me. We get the confrontation, the stare down between Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman, and I don't. How do y'all feel about Braun Strowman on the microphone, other than to get these hands?
He need to actually put in some work other than saying get these hands.
That whole like the gimmick. Like, I got your gimmick now, man. Talk slow, get these hands. Talk loud and slow. I am the beast. You're gonna get these hands. Like, we don't care, man.
I mean, I agree, but when he is like in a I'm a dialogue promo, it don't work for him in my personal opinion. Bray comes out, he asks the same stuff, why'd you leave? And he says, but I have a present for you. And he takes out the black sheep mask. And then, Braun talks about how he wanted to build his own. And then all the puppets come up on the screen and talk about for Braun to join. And then he says, no, I'm not going to fall for that. I'm going to see you at Money in the Bank. And then he does the Bray Wyatt, bye, see you later, as Bray Wyatt just stares into the ring. And I'm like, this match should have more heat to it because of the history Braun Strowman has with the Wyatt family, but it just doesn't.
Yeah, they're just trying to pull it out of nowhere, out of thin air.
Out of thin air. I'm just like, why is Bray going back for the Universal Championship where he lost so easily to Goldberg? Because that obviously, plans had changed, and I'm like, so now Goldberg got beat by Braun Strowman, and now you trying to go after Goldberg, and trying to go after Braun Strowman as the regular Bray Wyatt, not even the Fiend. I'm just like, sometimes it just gives you a headache. Carmella, Dana Brooke set their sights on both winning Money in the Bank. They get interviewed and they talk about how happy they are to be in the Money in the Bank. And then Carmella says, "Well, I'm gonna win for a second time, and I'm gonna show you why Mella is money." So we get a little promo, and now we get the return of Jeff Hardy. Throughout the past weeks, we've been getting vignettes about Jeff Hardy, about the rise, the fall, the addiction, whatever the case may be, of Jeff Hardy. Well, now they have the redemption, and then now he finally comes back to talk about his redemption. But somebody who's not happy about that is Sheamus. Sheamus comes out to the ring and does not like how Michael Cole keeps interrupting his matches to talk about Jeff Hardy. Nobody cares about
matches. Main event?
Sheamus is the one that beating up your boy Leon Ruff, and then what was it? Dejanay? What's the guy's name?
I forgot.
I forgot.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Yeah, the one that you don't like. So yeah, those squash matches that Sheamus been having, but right afterwards they been playing the Jeff Hardy vignette. So the Sheamus comes out and he tries to attack Jeff Hardy, but then they get into a little scuffle. Jeff Hardy hits the twist of fate, takes the shirt off to a crowd that says nothing, and then goes up there and hits a swanton bomb on Sheamus, which is the reason why we have him versus Cesaro at Money in the Bank. So
makes a lot of sense, don't it?
It does make a lot of sense, but it looks like Sheamus is definitely going to have to interfere, maybe, or he gets the clean win over Cesaro, and then Sheamus comes back next week on SmackDown, which will be a long wait because SmackDown just feels so long now since it's on Fridays, and sometimes I just straight be forgetting that SmackDown be on Fridays as opposed to when it was on Tuesdays. But you know what, can't flip out about it. We go tag team matchup: Lacey Evans and Tamina versus Bayley and Sasha Banks. So Lacey Evans got her, saying you can do it woman's poster shirt on. All she was missing was the red bandana. And it basically just a little bit of tag team matchup that was kind of pointless. Lacey Evans hits the women's right on Sasha Banks. She keep eating this women's right, and I'm just like, yo, we gonna stop embarrassing Sasha like this. She gets the women's right, falls inside the ring. Bayley knocks out Lacey Evans, and then Tamina hits. I can't even call it a super kick no more. I just call it a cross kick. And hits Bayley, and then hits the Samoan drop and pins Bayley clean 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the ring. So Tamina's
what you said that ain't gonna happen?
Say what?
You said that ain't gonna happen again.
That ain't happening again. That's not happening again. Because even Bayley was getting kind of mad that she first of all, so Bayley hits Tamina once again, who is never been used on the roster that much. Comes back at WrestleMania because they need an open slot, and we haven't seen her. She got 45-year-old bad knees. Bayley hits a belly to belly on her and the Macho Man elbow, and Tamina kicks out. Said no one ever. Said no one ever. And y'all saying Tamina gonna win a championship. I'm like, yo, where's that energy when Jinder Mahal beat Randy Orton and became the champion? Everybody's like, Jinder fucking Mahal.
Well, I'm not trying to see no title reign. I'm just trying to see. They gave it to
you
me.
was there. You tell me where the energy was there.
Look, bro, look, screw Jinder Mahal and screw Tamina. I'm sorry, look, when Jinder Mahal won a championship, I was dumbfounded. I was like, Jinder Mahal, are you kidding me? No, thank you. And then
Jinder Mahal.
yeah, exactly. And then on top of that, he had to be in chair for like 6 months. I'm like, wow, they all gave him a reign too? Okay. And he was beating people. I remember the podcast of how pissed Primetime was when he beat Nakamura. I'm like, yeah, this was back when Nakamura had low heat left. What'd you say, Brian?
I said he beat him 2 times too.
Yeah, he was like, this is Shinsuke fucking Nakamura. I was like, yeah, I remember all that. So, I remember all that anger. But now, this the one who can't even get her leg up high enough for a super kick and can't do the Superfly splash no more because all she do is land on her knees. This shit king? This shit champion?
Well, nah, somebody gonna cash in on it. I just wanted her to win so that they can say they gave it to her so that they can fire her. But then that would be mean if I said it like that. So
yeah, I mean, they're not gonna fire Tamina. Tamina is the one they call when no other woman is showing up.
well, eventually they're gonna have to find somebody else because Tamina getting old. Though.
Getting Tamina, every time Tamina come to the ring, it looked like she got bad knees and 3 kids. You would think she's older than Christopher Daniels. How they both walk to the ring. But, Christopher Daniels walks a little bit better than Tamina do. Okay, I'm just saying Kurt Angle walks bad to the ring, but Christopher Daniels is something different. But yeah, so that's what happens. I'm like, she pins Bayley clean in the middle of the ring. I'm just like, oh god, I can't believe that happened. So, but I definitely don't have Tamina winning. Sorry, we already talked about that already. 6-man tag team matchup: Corbin and Cesaro with Cesaro and Nakamura is taking O'Day O'Brien, Drew Gulak, and a partner of their choosing. Whoever they're going to find. Oh, well, Otis is back there doing nothing because I don't know where Tucker is at. I'm just like,
I'm staying home.
Exactly. I mean, well, hey, he could be doing that. He could be like, look, bro, I ain't come over here for the. If I'm not gonna be in the storyline, I'm not flying all the way over there. So they pick Otis, and the matchup is really not nothing of a match. It's more so of a segment kind of thing because the match just starts breaking down as Gulak and Cesaro, who just some great in-ring technicians, are just going back and forth with the submission. Then Nakamura comes in and it takes out Gulak, and then Otis comes in, takes out Nakamura, and then King Corbin once again wants to talk. Him and Dan Bryan going at it, and then Dan Bryan brings the ladder into the ring to try to counter the ladder. But then now everybody needs their time with the ladder. They do this every Money in the Bank. Toss Dan Bryan out. Otis comes in and tries to climb the ladder, breaks the first 2 steps. They are trying to illustrate that this man is too fat to climb the ladder.
Yo, that's definitely setting up for that Big Show ladder.
It is, because he goes to the first. He's like he breaks it. And he's like, nah. Then he tries to go over it, but then Corbin comes in and tosses him top rope right on him and Dan Bryan both on the outside, and then Corbin sets the ladder up, climbs up, gets the briefcase, and sits there and poses, because you know that's not happening again.
Definitely.
Corbin is not winning this 2 times, and Corbin lost. You know, he lost Money in the Bank, so obviously he didn't have a good run with it in the first place. But that's how SmackDown ends this week. So once again, I do pass the failing grades, and SmackDown gets a slight pass from me. I didn't hate the show too much until I seen Corbin sit on top of that ladder. But compared to these other unwatchable SmackDowns, this one wasn't that bad. So
they had to do something for the go home show.
Exactly. And I'm just like, even though I think Mandy and Sonya would have been a better match to put on the show opposed to MVP and R-Truth. Just saying, but it's still not over between them.
Give the 50-year-olds a chance to wrestle.
You're right. And like I said, for Money in the Bank, I just want to see how they play this match out. And I think it's going to get them a lot of views because of just curiosity. Because of curiosity. And us wrestling fans, we're going to watch it regardless. But everybody like, hey, they got to fight throughout this whole building to get to the top. I'm curious to see how they're going to record it. Because if it's lazy, like they all battle in the lobby, and then they all take the elevator, take the stairs to the 10th floor, and then they battle around there for a little bit, then go outside. I'm like, what was the point of the building? The point is you got to fight all over this building. It's straight Die Hard. You got to do that.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see what they do.
Yeah. Well, guys, that's my SmackDown review. Post out your comments down below if you guys enjoy my review, and write in the comments of what do you think is going to happen at Money in the Bank. And like, subscribe, and share, and all that great stuff. But then now we're going to move on with the rest of the podcast.